Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Sekien Inganock. Yeah, last time we ended up in this puzzle, and I tried to find a way around this. This is so freaking hard, and ultimately I pulled out a guide for the puzzle, and I think we can start from this point, because everything before I believe we had already in the episode. I don't know if they will still continue with the same or not. But yeah, let's just go. Next is Kirkan, Kia, Dorothy, Mask, and Kia. Let's see what Kirkan had to say.
俺の頭に残る記憶、そいつがささやくんだ。いつも俺の耳元で。
Yep, that's new. Also, can I hold the microphone a little bit closer? I think I can.
まさかとは思うが、機械の声なのか。事実は俺も知らない。ただ、俺はそいつを思い出すだけだ。41。それはクリッターと同じ数だ。その数字、それが俺の頭に浮かぶ。
Okay.
俺にはわかる。それは10年前のあれだ。俺は覚えているのか、それとも記憶を植え付けられているのか。
Interesting.
どっちでも構いはしねえが。41。
What does it mean?
俺はただ殺すだけだ。その果てで待っているものを目指して。
Okay, then we go Kia.
上層のことはよく知らない。貴族が住んでいるのだとか。一番偉い大公爵様が住んでいるとそう聞くけれど。
I think we had this before.
貴族という人たちも大公爵、どんな人たちなのだろう。王様
I'll
なん
just
て
quickly
おとぎ話の中くらい
read
で
that. I hope we
そ
can.
うギーに言ったら笑われた。少し悔しい。
Yeah, I think.
私が冗談を言っていると彼は言った。
Oh
何を
no,
指してそう
wait.
いうのかは
We didn't have that. It's just her perspective of the events that occurred before. That's why I thought this is similar.
ともかく上層は気持ちの良い場所では
Oh,
な
I
い。
know this.
嫌な場所。ギーがそう言っているように。
Okay, yeah. Yep, Dorothy.
私はどうすればオルガンを弾くだけで他には何を蝕まれていく自分を感じる以外何を私は今日も鍵盤を弾く音を奏でる
I really like her amber eyes. Do you like this color?
けれど私は不安でたまらない心が壊れてしまう侵食していく幼児から目をそらせない毎朝起きるたびに水浴びをするたび私は私の体を見てしまう怖い私はどうなるの誰か教えてどうすればいいのか何をして生きることを肯定すればいい私に教えて
I can hear it. I can hear your voice. Your regret reaches me. The 149 people lost. Those are all bad memories for you. However, I can see what you say. Do you really see them as bad memories? Have you given up? Interesting. That clown. Ah. Yoki Apatia. Yep.
ドロシー、あなたの旋律はとっても綺麗。でも聞いていると悲しくなるの。わかるよね。あなたがどう思って弾いているのかわからないけれど伝わる。ドロシー、お願い、絶望しないで。あなたが絶望している分だけ鍵盤から響く音は悲しさに満ちる。その音はきっとあなたをもっと絶望させるから。
Huh. And in this way, we finally finished the puzzle. which was freaking hard and horrible to finish off. So I'll just save. Thank you, guidelines. Oh my god. I very rarely like checking
音が
out
聞こえる今日も
checking out guidelines on the internet, even in like adventure games or in portal games. I spent like 1 hour, 2 hours figuring out what to do, and if I really cannot think of anything, like I think that I just did and everything I could, then I'm checking out how to do the next part, because I don't like relying on like outside source to solve puzzles. But on the other hand, I don't want puzzles to be like so frustrating that it doesn't make sense. I want to feel good when I finish the puzzle, not like being like, holy shit, it's finally over. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy my puzzles.
オルガンの音だけがこの子のすべて黒いツタに奪われた中で一つだけ
Yep, and this is Kirkan.
きっとこの子は信じているのだろう奏でる音だけが自身を証明するものとだから私の声はあの子に届かないエンジン式パイプオルガンを奏でるこの子は黙ったままで
Is it
何も
Kirkan's voice?
硬い鍵盤を優美に奏でるその指その手私は覚えているその小さな手を引いて歩いたあの時握り返してきた温かさを仮想の誰もが近づかない最下層の閉鎖地区の中でさまよい歩く私の手を握ってくれた噂はあった人知れず廃棄されてしまう貴族まさかそんなとその時までは私も思っていたけれどこの子はいたのだ手を伸ばして私の手を強く握りしめて
This is some kind of like narrator.
あの時もこの子は何も話さなかったそして今もこの子は何も言ってはくれない
Whose voice is that?
ドロシー、ただいま、今帰ったよ。
Okay, so she's not living with Kirkan. I was wrong.
昨べは一人にさせてすまなかったね。仕事が長引いてしまったんだ。
Smith.
でも、おかげで賃金は弾んでもらえたよ。そろそろたまったはずだ。
Nice. What are you, by the way?
また、君の服を買おう。君の肌は昼の光には強くないからね。
私は今日も声をかける届かないことが分かっていてもこの子はドロシーは今日も無言で声を聞かせてはくれない
Ah,
私のことも目にしない無理もない上層で大切に育てられてきたこの子がこんなに醜く変異した私を見るわけがない
is he from upper tiers as well?
かつてのあの日あの時私は復活によって姿を歪められた狼とトカゲとが合わさった奇妙な姿
Okay, so he's a mix.
この姿は私への罰なのだ全ては私の不徳への私は耐えられるこの姿に耐え難いのは一つだけこの子が今も幸せではないという
ドロシー。君を私は見捨てはしない。必ず君を治療できる医師を探すよ。
Is it the first time we can see her whole figure? I think so. She has very short legs. I don't know if you can see that. It's really weird proportion here.
必ずだ。
ドロシーの表情は凍っている。声は届かない。まるですでに死んでいるかのように閉ざされた唇は開かない。けれど私は覚えている。あの時体を丸めて泣きじゃくるこの子の背中をさすった時に、何をも残せなかった私の命のうちで、せめてこの子だけは
Ah. So maybe Kirkan and Guy will not meet at Dorothy's place. They will probably meet at some point. Kirkan really don't like Guy. And Guy knows Kirkan. They have to meet. There's no way. Morning. Guy was standing at the small station, waiting for the ascending moonrail. The girl stood by his side, Kia. How does she feel about me? About how I've been acting since last night, he thought. He didn't make any real effort to start a conversation. 149 lives. 149 lives had slipped through his fingers. He rejected those memories, thereby rejected the girl and the black cat. Okay. It was an unsightly reaction. Even he felt that. I can feel Kia's gaze. She's looking at me ever since I woke up. That pink gaze of hers. It's asking where we are going.
キーヤ、
はい。
昨日はすまなかった。僕は樹花病の治療は得意ではない。
わかります、ギー。あなたはとても嫌がっ
あれは人を蝕むものだ。多くの結末は死だ。けれども僕はまだ見ていない。ドロシーという子。上層階段公園へ行こう。第一公園、君から依頼を受けてしまったからね。
ギー。
ああ、本当だとも。
Probably he can't help her anyway. He would change his mind since last night. Yes, he still didn't know a thing about that girl. I won't stand still. That's right, I've decided not to. The upper tier staircase. Parks. Support for everyone living in the city. He would never revisit this place after such a short time. Not once, even the past 10 years. He stepped across the strong, dribbling under grove. For some reason, the sensation felt nostalgic. He looked up and remembered the third park. Scattered memories didn't matter now. He had no need for them. He quickly thought about something else. Dorothy, a girl invited by Aboritis. First, he needed to confirm her depth. He needed to accurately measure it with his Phenom equation right eye. If the Abor depth was shallow, he would be able to do something about it, like he would done for those children. It would be especially bad for Parol, who also had a fever at the time. Still, compared to most Aboritis patients, it wasn't that bad. He naturally remembered Adi's words. Tomorrow was fine. The day after wasn't. If her judgment was correct, it was already too late. His reason was telling him don't go. Even his emotions were whispering, there's no point. Still, even if she was just in the quantities of chaos, he would got involved now, so I can't stand still. I think that Kikai will somehow, I don't know, boost up his Phenom equation and will be able to get rid of that. I've decided to hold this hand out until the end. He couldn't just leave her alone. He absolutely would not abandon her. In this city, such a hard way to life was hopeless. Mercy and self-sacrifice had no meaning whatsoever. People wouldn't do a thing unless they got shillings out for it. However, that certainly wasn't true for everyone. Kia pointed to that house, a common shape for lower-tier cooperative residence. The first floor room. There's a girl dying in there.
こんな僻地にまでようこそ。何のご用でしょう。来客など何年ぶりのことでしょうか。見ての通り何もない粗末な部屋ですが、お茶くらいはお出しできます。お二人ともよろしければお名前を。私はスミス、ジョン・スミスと言います。
John Smith. Okay. A peaceful old man greeted them. His bearing and words were very soft. His body was somewhat distinctive. It probably manifested 10 years ago, as a unique mix of Gnoll and Naga features. That by itself was normal. John Smith. In Sekien, that meant no one at all. Okay. This Mr. Smith was probably the girl's father. He looked around the room.
僕はギー、巡回士をしています。
はじめまして、ミスター。キーヤと言います。
ようこそ、ギー、キーヤ。お医者様がどんなご用件で。ああ、販売の方々から聞いて。しかし、私はまだお医者様に依頼できるシリングはまさかとは思いますが、上層の監査の方ではありませんね。
いいえ、僕はただの巡回医師ですよ。
He's aware of me. That's normal as well. He has every right to be. City law wouldn't permit Aboritis hosts to live. The deeper it went, the more viciously enforcers tried to take their lives. He probably wasn't lying about never having visitors. If he did have any, he would probably be dead by now.
キーヤがこちらのお嬢さんと昨日少しお話をさせていただいたらしく、いくらか僕も聞き及びました。この手がお力になればと思いお邪魔した次第です。
なるほど、そうでしたか。ではドロシーを呼んできましょう。まさかお医者様に見ていただけるとは。
His voice was shaking. He was probably nervous. Mr. Smith's eyes waved as they looked at him. He could feel this man's emotions destabilizing. Was it the first time he had spoken with a doctor? He saw hope and anticipation in his eyes. They bore down on him strongly.
さて、どこまでの深度か。
Hoping that Ati judgment was a mistake, he saw a door open inside the room. She came out on her own before Mr. Smith called for
キ
her.
ーヤさん、また来てくれたのね。
また来たの。お医者様を連れてきたわ、ドロシー。
ありがとう。でもお医者様すみません。私はすでに手遅れですから。
ギーです。そこに立っていてください。
He activated his carnal organs, and he spoke. As he spoke, and operated the phenomenal equation in his right eye. The girl's hair was brighter green than the trees in the park. He could see the black vines stretched around her body, even without the equation right eye. Analysis. Excellent physical health. Based on body temperature, dangerously unstable mental health. Infection aboritis. Abort Depth 4. Time until the seed bursts. Estimated to be 20 hours. Oh fuck.
見込み違いはないか。残り20時間だと。再戦の手は上層への報告。上層兵派遣と区画駆逐の正式依頼。
Shit. I know this is like probably the best course of action. Because if this bursts, then we will have like probably hundreds of ill people again. Like
バ
that.
カな。
But it still sucks. He entered the urge to bite down on his lip. The black vines were already clearly visible, and passing through her clothing. Ati's explanation was no lie. The girl truly was hosting deep aborities. Her mind was beginning to break. She didn't miss the wavering in her red eyes. Her gaze wouldn't stay still, probably due to fear. She was filled with acceptance and terror.
不思議な光。それがクラッキング光なのね。私を見てくださってありがとう。無駄でしょ？素敵なお医者様。
ドロシー、お客様に失礼だよ。この人は君を治療しに来てくださった。
キーヤさん、言ってあげて。あなたのお医者様に。
She's ignoring Mr. Smith. A single sigh from the green girl.
何をしても無駄。そんなこと、自分が一番わかるの。
いや、ダメ。そんな風に自分のことを言わないで。ギー、お願い。ドロシーを直してあげて。
There are things that you cannot do, Kia, unfortunately. He couldn't know there was no miracles, not in this world. His thoughts went to him, at his back. With that power, could he exterminate the yokai pressing her?
できるのか。
Yoki.
Oh.
No, he couldn't. I think he can. If he is that Kikai of his. With her abortep, one wrong move on his part would get him killed instantly. He would seen that happen to countless doctors before him. Yeah, because it attacks anyone who tries to get rid of it. Technically, abortus wasn't a disease, it was a creature. Something which killed people. A certain kind of natural phenomenon. Humans could not excise it, but Kikai can. So it used the human mind for nourishment. And abortep, this far along made it indivisible from its host. Even if he were to use his hand, even if he brought about flame from the gate between his ribs, he would incinerate Dorothy in the process. He couldn't isolate the yokai sprawled. Is that really true? What am I trying to give up on?
閉ざした彼女では意味がない。進路以外の情報を何一つ僕は知らない。
ドクター、どうなのでしょうか。娘は助かるんでしょうか。それとも
Is he actually...
それとも
Is he actually her father? Like, actually?
いえ、そんなことがあるはずはない。この子はまだ何も。
John Smith. Yes, there's this man too. His gaze followed a girl named Dorothy. Kia's eyes had been the same way before they came here. Eyes observing someone. He knew full well what Ki had just seen. He should have known.
外で話を、ミスター。
Okay, going for private with that. The stillness was the same, both inside and outside the room. The surface of the beautiful water held no ripples. The silence continued for a while. Even after leaving the cooperative residence, the old man named Smith didn't speak. He just gazed at the smooth water surface. He didn't speak either. Silence answered him. 20 hours remaining. Then the girl's life and the safety of this ward would be at risk. When the authorities reached depth 5, the Yoki seeds would sprout and completely destroy her body, tearing it apart. Countless Yoki seed would be scattered. It probably wouldn't be difficult. It was a disease of fantastic distortion, which nullified even noble tattoos. This ward would be sealed off. Guy and Kia would not be spared. Even so, Guy was silent. The old man had to speak on his own. There would be no meaning in praying words out of him. Abortus was deeply tied to one state of mind. Even the slightest oddity. I want him to say it. I want him to say what he himself knows.
はい。
あの子はかわいそうな子なのです。 そんなものは無数にいるとあなたはお笑いになるかもしれないが。
笑いませんよ。心を麻痺させることが僕たちの敗北です。だから僕は巡回医師なのです、ミスター。
立派な人だ。あなたのような人が。私は想像せざるを得ない。あの子を拾ったのがあなたであればと。あれは
So she is
かわい
adopted.
そうな子なのです。
He couldn't read his mind. This man mutated expression. All he could tell was that his eyes were
お分
gone.
かりの通り、あの子は貴族であったのでしょう。全身のノーブルタトゥーはあまりに精巧だ。
偽物ではないでしょう。
そう、本物です。貴族を屈服させたがる欲求を持つ人は子にああいった門の偽物を彫ると言います。しかしあれは本物だ。捨てられてしまったのです。
How do
あの
you
子は
extinguish between the real tattoo and the fake one? Ah. His calm eyes shook, like a faint breeze rippling across the water.
文字通りの捨て子です。あの子は最下層の閉鎖区に捨てられた。あの子にとって仮想のすべては絶望の表れです。何も知らない。何もあの瞳には映らない。せめて美しいものをとここへ来てもあの子は何も言わなかった。あの子は諦めてしまった。出会った時すでに何もかも。
That suck.
まだ早い。
There's still 20 hours left. It's not over yet.
私はあの子に諦めてほしくない。きっといつか都市を包む霧は晴れる。そうでないはずがない。10年後か20年後か、この都市をこのままになど神がそうされるはずはないと信じています。いつか希望は空から降り注ぐ。
God?
その時あの子には生きていてほしい。あの子にだけは。
There's the oddity. He saw one thing in the old man's words, which stood out. He definitely said something he wasn't used to hearing. A foreign, Sekien word. In this city, no, this whole continent. Neither before nor after the city was sealed. That concept had never existed in the known world. God. He who watches over all from the highest place. He who shines in the sky. A great merciful being who saved people with incredible miracles and ranged over all
ミス
happiness.
ター、もしやあなたは、あなたの血は。
What's with your face, Guy?
ええ、私はハーフでね。それゆえにろくな仕事はあまりいただけません。それに追い先もそう長くない。何かを、せめて健康な体をあの子には残してやりたい。せめて昼間を歩くことのできる体を、絶望せずに明日を夢見られる体を。
ハーフとおっしゃいました。
ええ。
しかしあなたはご高齢に見える。失礼ながら。
ああ、そうですね。私の体はあなたのおっしゃる通りですよ。本来な
Interesting.
ら20歳に満たない年齢のはずだ。
So mixes have like lower span life?
しかし、私の話などどうでもいい、ドクター。
The old man shook his head. No, he wasn't old. He was a young man who looked old. Okay, so maybe he is like 20 years old or something like that.
いえ、違います。彼女にとって必要なことです。
私の身の上が？
はい。
そうですか。別段隠し事をするつもりはありません。私にとって時は平等でないのです。体だけでなく、きっと 脳とか心というものがね、止めることはできません。だから私はせめて彼女を残したい。この世界に。
Gee's eyes clearly saw the man's wavering eyes leak water. He wasn't lying. That meant
私を傲慢だと言うでしょうか、ドクター。神を私のためだけに信じる私を。
いいえ、ミスター。誰一人。あなたの言う神でさえ、あなたを蔑む者はいない。私は、神が実在するかは知りません。ミスター・スミス、神の奇跡は少なくとも、この年にはない。だが、あなたのもたらすそれはある。
ドクター。
治療を開始しましょう。あなたが、この事態の中で唯一の奇跡だ。
20 hours remaining. Only 20 hours. No.
時間は十分にある。始めましょう。
Okay. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay. The sound of a clock. The sound of the clock. Is it time? Is it time? It continues to call. A second hand moves. It stops, pointing right at 0 o'clock. It's a pocket watch of white silver. It is a pocket watch carried by one man. The golden spiral staircase, towering into the darkness. The man standing in the foot of it is none other than the silver watch owner. With his master in the corner of his eye, continuing to climbing the golden spiral case. Spiral case. Staircase. God damn it. The man continues to gaze at the watch, motionless. The man continues to gaze at the watch and speaks. Like a chrome build, machine one doll, in an inorganic voice.
時間だ。大いなるクリッターの一柱、幼児。感染し、拡大を続ける無限の狂った花。かのペトロブナに率いられる無数の目。そのうちの一体がそこにある。
Command of Petrovna. Huh. Who are you? What is this
貴
place?
様にやれるかどうか。惨めな機械使い。我らが生贄。
Gi is some kind of sacrifice. What the fuck?
貴様の刃も熱も通じはしまい。せめて1分。いいや2分。
Huh. Okay. 1 second. I will just... Okay. Let's begin healing then. He told him that and went back inside. The sound he made by opening the door was a bit rough. So we'll basically fight with the creature. Because it will try to, you know, protect himself. I wonder if Dorothy can, like, fight against creature as well, with her mind, or something. But he didn't care. Unbelievable conditions had aligned here. Conditions that the three children never had. He wouldn't hesitate. At least he was hoping he wouldn't. Oh, she's so surprised. The two girls appeared to be talking about something. Gia looked towards him in shock.
治療開始？もしかして方法が？
あ、
それともあなたの気が変わったの？
君は外科手術用のセットを持っていたね。エラリーの院で安く買ったあれだ。
Yep.
机の上に広げて。どれでもいい。一番切れるメスを。違うよ。話が変わったんだ。直ちにドロシーの手術を開始する。時間がない。使えるものは全て使う。
I wonder how it would go. Imagine trying to do surgery while the basically living tree is trying to attack you and strangle with the rods. Roots.
今キーヤさんと話していたの、ドクター。無駄なことはやめてください。私はもうダメなのだ。
僕は依頼を受けた。キーヤ。
I will reject Dorothy's words. I've already decided to do what I should do.
依頼を受けた。デコイがある。メスもある。術式開始だ。キーヤ、下がっていなさい。
でもギー、どうしたの急に。なんだか怖い。
Hmm. Well, he will have to fight the monster
キー
basically.
ヤ、下がって。
The 115th time. My consciousness will focus on that alone. He tried to say something calming to her, but then he noticed Mr. Smith re-entering the room. He moved out of the old man's way. The old man approached the desk. He anxiously approached the row of scalpels Kia had laid out. He took the largest scalpel in his right hand. He held out his left. An arm covered in animal fur, unlike any humans. He held it out towards
ドロシ
Dorothy.
ー、君には私の声は届かないだろう。それでも構わない。構わないんだ。これは私のエゴでしかないのだろう。けれど、それを私は選択する。
Dorothy won't look at the old man.
それでいい。君は私の残すものだけを受け取りなさい。初めて君の手を握った時に、私は私にできるすべてをすると決め。
ミスター、何を。危ないです。そんなものを持っては。
What's going on?
いいんだ、キーヤ。
でもミスターの手震えてる。
Is he going to cut off his own arm? Why? What's the point? Are you trying to, like, replace the hand of Dorothy with his? What? It doesn't make sense. It must be a better solution because it's on her whole body. Changing hand do nothing.
構わないんだよ。これで全ていいんだ、お嬢さん。
The sound of slicing. After all the words and noises, red drops began to sprout upward. What came out of the old man's wrist was red, the same color as humans. Blood poured out of a vein of his wrist.
ミスター、どうしてギー、血が出てる。止めない。
出てこい。
The old man had sliced his own wrist without hesitation. The red pouring of it scattered around the room. Is it something about this, Sekien, you know, blood he have inside of him? Does he have, like, some weird properties? Guy pushed Kia back as she screamed, "Why?" This was the only beginning. The blood continued to flow, even seeping into the floor. At long last, it touched Dorothy's toes. It was like the clear stream flowing through the first upper tier staircase park. The red touching her toes was lently redirected towards the corners of the room.
こんな、あなたがこんなこと死ぬのは私だけなのに。やめてやめてやめてやめて。
The girl's screams echoes across the room. They broke the silence, filling the surroundings. Her eyes shook. It was clear that her mind was receiving a heat shock. His eyes captured the change in her body temperature. Her shaking eyes, her shaking mind, her screams wouldn't stop. Kia said something and pulled at his sleeve. It felt as if she was trying to tear it off.
ひどいショック状態。これだけが20時間後を今にする。
Oh wow. What the fuck are you trying to do? You're forcing basically the last stage. Why? Yes, that was it. He didn't mind doing it this way. That, inside of her, was beginning to awaken. It had nothing to do with depth. It saw the blood and moved. It's pouring, flowing blood. Sekien blood. The only source of it in the city. It captivated creatures more than any other. Sekien blood. Which the legend said was cursed. The red covered the room completely. If this much of it flew out, that wouldn't be able to look away. It will see it and move. It can't keep pressing her.
出てくる出てくるはずだ。
Wouldn't she die though?
血の主を殺すために姿を見せる。
Okay.
貴様の好物はここにある。ここに来い。来い。姿を見せろ。クリッター。ブラッドツリー。
I just got chills with that scream. What the fuck? Did that burst out of her stomach or something? Screaming, screaming, screaming. There was a shadow crawling its way out of her. What the fuck? She will die off from this. Like, what are you thinking, Guy? You think that you can save her before she die? Like, close up a wand really fast? And make a reconstruction of her organs? With your cracking, maybe? Black vines undulated and extended, and the yokai began to appear, as if fleeting from the girl's body. This thing had built its nest within her. It'd been slowly eating away at her body and soul. This thing had brought so many people to their deaths. It had lived within their bodies and souls, while slowly destroying them. It was like an undulating spiral. The black death curled up above her. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you to show
来
yourself.
たか。
ああ、ドロシー、それが君を苦しめるものか。私は一言、それに言いたかった。よくも私の可愛い娘に
I have chills.
取り
God
付い
damn it.
てくれたな。この醜く黒い草の化け物め。
This is good.
得され、神はお前の存在など認めない。トロシー、待っていろ。今そいつを君から引き剥がしてやる。ドクター、頼む。
The scream of an old man who should have lost all his strength by now. You know that end. Ooh. I think this is the same case as with the first creature we had. I think that close his eyes is really bad. Obviously, there's like urgent situation to take care of, so just closing your eyes will make everything go and kill everything. Spoke to him? Why should we spoke to this monster? Like, what's the reason behind that? What's the reason behind that? I have no idea. So I think the only way for us is to fight with it, so we should grasp it, I guess. Close eye. Whatever. Spoke to him. Makes no sense at all. Why would we spoke to the tree? And the monster who killing the Dorothy. Yep, let's go and grasp it. I think this is the only good choice here. Guy held out his hand, as if to grasp into something. He held it out towards the girl, who continued to scream and convulse. His posture resembled that of the old man before he slashed his wrist.
出てこい、そこから出てドロシーを、その子を離せ、黒くねじくれた化け物め。
These words were the key. A warped thing crawled all the way out and attacks the old man. Holy shit. I love the art style of this game. That's so good. Okay. Its whole body, patterned after a spring. Dorothy screamed as it showed itself behind her, a warped fantasy. Its form resembles a monstrously distorted plant, making horrible grating sound as it continued to spread through the residence. Its skin was similar to blackened blood. The plant had a certain fantastic beauty to it. Everything composing it invaded humans, broke their minds and bodies, and ridiculed them. A beast, a true beast. This is no flower. This is no mutated fantastical plant. He knew. All of the nerves in his body shivered naturally. His body, used to terror, shook and became numb. That terrible, sick feeling was none other than terror. This beast called forth the original terrors of the human race. There's no way creature could be here. This screams my reason. A spring pattern covering his plant-like form is producing a grinding sound.
死のネジ
Screw of death. God damn it, that's a nice name.
まさかまた会うことになるとは思ってはいなかった
Yeah, 149. So he saw it, no, like, it's not the first time. But he never fought it though. Its host was still alive at that depth. She would even invaded the upper tier forces. And there was still Sekien blood in the city. He knew that form. Yoki, creature blood tree. A creature that produced infinite false bodies of itself through either reproductive division or seed scattering. This creature was the most famous in the city's lower tiers, and it produced the most casualties in the existence to be afforded. One of the 41 creatures that devoured people, one of the 41 great terrors that covers the city. There's no way I wouldn't know. The creatures, their terror given powerful form. During the height of this thing's onslaught, the Sekyugans called it none other than the devil. Perhaps it was a punishment brought about the Sekyugan's god, a punishment for those who sang of prosperity in foreign lands. An inescapable fury that refused life. The Sekyugans called it divine wrath and screamed the terror and away.
バカな
He knew nothing of any god. However, he didn't know exactly what this thing was. Something that killed people. A death which could lead the world and breed. Those weren't objects, but phenomena. The last university professor screams as they died. Okay. So it happened to the professors in the university that he attended. Something that people's hands will never reach. Something which can harm anything at
お前
anyone.
と会うのは
He held out his hand towards the underlining red-black death. A steel-colored hand overlaps the right hand. There it is again. The right hand of steel, Tears through the darkness. Covered in a steel helmet. A single light shining sharply.
これで150回目だ。
I'm impressed by this art. I'm really impressed. 150 times we met.
そろそろ打ち砕かれてもいい頃だ。僕と彼のこの手がお前を掴む。クリッターブラッドツリー。
Oh wow. He silently extended his right hand forward. He also extended his steel right hand forward, as if tracing path. I just have to make full screens because holy shit, this is so good. It looks so good. It moves. Yes, this thing moves. It actually moves as I will it. Nothing was wrong with his vision. There was no clown. Instead, he knew there was fantastic shadow behind him. He extended his steel arm and saw the same things as him. A mid-sized creature peering down. One of the 41 deaths. Even without activating his equation, he could see it. He wiped out the presence bringing him terror. He and Guy glared at the plant's core. My right hand. It directs the steel hand as if it were my own. This isn't a an equation. However, somehow it feels real. There was something that he at his back could do. There was something that he and Guy needed to do. What must I do with this hand? I know the answer, just like with Salem. This gives me chills. With Guy standing in his way, the wheel roared. Countless seeds blow around them and produce phenomena. He could see it literally scattering death. His right eye had already captured everything about the creature. Black seeds, which observed human minds and bodies, those were death itself. Amalgamations of death, warp death. A phenomenon of death, able to make people disappear without a trace. It scattered the seeds of death. The target of those lances were Guy and him. Whoa, we have some fancy animation here. A flickering cluster of seeds fills the space so fast my eyes couldn't follow them. Mortal bodies could hardly hope to dodge them, except perhaps for Pukel soldiers, with their sharply honed nervous reflexes, or heavy-engined humans with nerve reconstruction. But even if they did manage to dodge the seeds, they would be eaten away by the warped space they produced. And yet he was alive. He's still alive. He stood there without even a scratch. In the very air, the quasi-plant sits and wrapped. I wonder how big it is actually. It says it's like medium, right? And on this picture, seems like he is taking his hand down, so it's like really small actually? Probably. As did Kia, Dorothy and the old man. He wouldn't let them be infected. That hand cut down all the seeds in flight.
遅い。
It's a surprise.
わめくな。
He glared at the roaring black wheel with his right eye. That was probably a cry of panic just now. It destroyed people's carnal nerves, planting seeds of death or insanity. And yet, he was alive. He still hadn't died. He probably would have died if this had happened not too long ago. But right now, the still him was protecting Guy. He wouldn't die, not yet. He focused his mind into his glaring right eye. his right eye, saw all of the rampart black wheel. Creatures are indestructible. Physical destruction is impossible. In the case of Blood Tree, the sole means of destruction is simultaneously pressurization of all body parts.
なるほど、確かに。人は君に何もできないだろう。
The Warp Death Blood Tree was an epidermis which repelled all and the body protected if by gods. Therefore, humans couldn't possibly kill it. The sole means of destruction was full body pressurization. Therefore, humans absolutely could not kill it. The Black Whale, which had taken 149 lives right before his eyes. Not a plant, but a shadow that ridiculed all life. Bombs and bullets would warp and disappear before even reaching the body. However,
けれどどうやら鋼の彼は人ではない。
yep. My right eye sees, as if coupled with my right hand.
鋼の君、我が機械ポルシオン。僕は君にこう言おう。
Did he just name his Kikai portion? Is it the first time we hear that? Can you let me know in the comments? I shall say this
王
soon,
の
okay.
貝なよ。打ち砕け。
What the hell happened? Shattering to dust, blowing away. A king's hand covered in steel. This enormous form destroys even the beasts. The iron hands of Fairy Tale King. His right hand was steel summoned from an open steel chest, tethered with matter at ultra high densities. It assailted the Black Wheel, destroying the beast in an instant. The creature was overwhelmed and destroyed by the high density matter before it even had the chance to scream. Every part of the Black Wheel body was shattered into particles. The remnants of that tremendous beating were left behind. As if blown apart, the sound the spark shook. Wow.
音が聞こえるはずだ。今日も。オルガンの音だけがこの子のすべて。最後に残った唯一のもの。
Whose voice is this?
きっとこの子は思っているのだろう。奏でる音だけが安らぎなのだと。だから私の名をあの子は呼ばない。エンジン式パイプオルガンを奏でるこの子は黙ったままで、硬い鍵盤を優美に奏でるその指、その手、その小さな手の震え、私は今も昨日のように覚えている。あの時も今も私はこの子を救えてはいない。救えてはいないのだ。神の真似をしても血を支払っても。
So she dies anyway? Hmm.
私は私でしかない。音が聞こえる今日も。耳を澄ませること、それだけが今の。ああ、これは音ではない。私の望んだものだ。これは私がずっと
Or is it the other guy?
望んでいた。
The dad of Dorothy?
スミス、どうしてこんな。
And I think I will leave that for the next episode. We just beat the grass creature, the blood tree. And now we have basically aftermath of it. Dorothy is getting sad. Smith will probably die. But we'll figure it out in the next episode. So thank you for being with me for today's episode. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.